Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel, and we've got some nasty weather blowing through here, but we are going to try to get this one in, and it is going to be an old classic rib battle as we are talking that Masterbuilt Gravity XT versus that Lone Star Pellet Grill. That Lone Star Pellet Grill is going to be loaded down with some pecan pellets. The Masterbuilt is going to have some Kingsford in it with some cherry wood, and the ribs are going to come from Wild Fork. Full disclosure, everything used on today's show has been given to the channel. That includes the pellets, the Lone Star, the Masterbuilt, the ribs. So there is no favorites in this show. Whoever wins, wins. That is just the way it is gonna be. And my name is Tommy, and of course this is the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. If this is your first time here, please consider to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notified every time the channel there's a future upload. So look, that is basically the gist of this show. It is the Lone Star Pellet Grill versus the Masterbuilt XT. What I want to do here is let's turn our attention down to the board and let's check out these ribs. Alrighty, and there you see our ribs as noted, straight from wildfork.com. And I gotta tell you again, 20 off 100 to Wild Fork or wildfork.com. Take advantage of it while I had it. Pick yourself up some dinos, some pork ribs. They've got some briskets, they've got prime, they've got choice. I am telling you, if you've never been in a Wild Fork, you have definitely got to check in your local area, as there are 30 brick and mortar stores. If not, order online, order now. So first up, we are just going to score the back of these ribs. As I look these ribs over, and they are definitely plenty of meaty. I've got one little tail on the end. I am going to take that off. I will leave that unseasoned for Pitmaster Molly. And that is the same thing with that other rib. Anything loose, I'll basically take off. Just score the back, no big deal. And also the rub of choice I am going to go with is a honey chipotle. This is by Ash Kickin' Barbecue, also given to the show. I do have information down in the description if you want to pick some up. Now I have chosen this rub. I didn't want to go with just a salt, pepper, and granulated garlic. I wanted a little bit more flavor since I am not going to sauce these ribs up, and this rub here is going to give me just that. I will start on the back, get plenty of rub on, then I will flip them over and hit the front. Again, plenty of rub. I have used this rub on many proteins in the past, and I am telling you, it is stellar. Once I get these ribs all rubbed down, we will turn our attention over to the pits and get those fired up. So guys, first up is going to be my Masterbuilt XT. I just dropped my review video on this. I will leave a link up top, also down in the description. It is easily pit of the year, and maybe, just maybe, pit of the year next year. I am telling you, Masterbuilt hit on all cylinders of that sucker. We will get this thing fired up. We will set that dial to 275 Fahrenheit. After that, we will head on up to the deck and fire up that Lone Star. Yeah. So guys, as I was running this cook through my head, I knew there was only one pellet that maybe could challenge that Masterbuilt XT. I mean, I know the Lone Star is going to lay down the smoke, so I had to pair it up something that was going to also add to it. And that's where these pellets come in from smoking pecan, as they are made from the pecan shell. Definitely clean burning. There are no blends, no hardwoods, no additives or fillers, and definitely no binders used. You are going to get minimal ash and a nutty, sweet, smoky flavor. I have used these in the past, and I am telling you, they are definitely going to raise your pellet game. As mentioned, information down in the description on all these products used. So we will get that Lone Star all fired up, set that temperature to that 275. Once both pits hit it, I will bring you guys back and we will start to cook. So this is going to be a no-wrap rib. We will run both pits at that 275 Fahrenheit. And first up is going to be that Masterbuilt. We will get that loaded up. We will then hop on over to the Lone Star, get those ribs in there. I will let these go for 2 hours without checking. At that time, I will bring you guys back. Alrighty guys, so first up is gonna be that Lone Star. We are at the 2-hour mark, and I'll tell you right off the bat, you can see what I'm talking about with the Lone Star with these pecan pellets. The smoke never stopped, and as this cook goes on, you will see the difference in the colors of the of both ribs. So we've got a nice set bark on that Lone Star. We will shut that down. We will head on over to the Masterbuilt. And on that Masterbuilt, you could see what looks like a little bit more glistening on the ribs, a little bit more moisture happening on the ribs. What does that mean? Who the heck knows? But I am definitely liking what I see. I will shut the Masterbuilt down, wait another hour, and then we will bring you back at hour number 3. Alrighty guys, 3 hours in, and first up is gonna be the Lone Star. We are also gonna introduce a little bit of spritz to the ribs. Yes, oh yes, oh yes. Look at the smoke on the Lone Star. Again, it never stops, and you can see it in the color changes of the ribs. We will give it a straight on water spritz, and yes, you guys always ask. I now have information on this spritzer down in the description under the show notes. Follow that right to Amazon and pick yourself up one. These ribs are definitely looking good. Let's head on over down to the Masterbuilt and check out those ribs. Again, a little bit more moisture happening on these ribs on the Masterbuilt. We definitely love what we see. We will give these a spritz down. So guys, I am thinking we are just gonna let these puppies run right to their finish. I am thinking about 4.5 to 5 hours or so. At that point, I will bring you guys back. We will get them off, do that taste test, and close out the show. Alrighty guys, so clocking in right at that 4.5 hour mark, it is going to be the Masterbuilt. We will go in, we will get those ribs off, and again, a lot of moisture in these ribs. I am definitely digging what I am seeing. No doubt these ribs are toothpick tender. That is perfect. I've got a piece of foil down on the board. We will get the ribs on the foil. I will just loosely cover them up, as they are going to have to sit for a little bit to the Lone Star ribs are ready. And when those Lone Star ribs are ready, I will bring you guys back and we will get them off. So the Lone Star ribs are going to come in right at that 5 hour mark. And again, I am definitely liking what I am seeing. That smoke definitely did a number on them. As you can see the color difference. We will get them down to the shack. We will get them on the board. I've also got some foil. We will lightly wrap them up. We will let them sit for about 10, 15, 20 minutes or so. At that time, I will bring you guys back and we will unveil both ribs. Alrighty guys, so these numbers are gonna come in at 4.5 hours on that Masterbuilt. I'm gonna say probably around that 275. And on the Lone Star, they are gonna come in at 5 hours, right around that 275 again. Let's get these unwrapped. We've got the, well, we're gonna know which one is which just from the color. I could tell you the Lone Star is a darker rib. And we've got some juice coming out there. Good smell. I'm definitely digging the smell of the Lone Star. That is for sure. The Masterbuilt's coming up next. And you can see the difference in the color here. The Lone Star is a darker rib. So you've got a like a sweeter smell on the Lone Star, more smoky, and if you watch the video, man, that Lone Star with these pecan pellets, the smoke just never stops. It is the light blue smoke. It's from the beginning right to the end. I do not think it ever stops throughout the whole cook. And that is going to be, you know, in here on that darker color. The Masterbuilt smokes, but nowhere's near enough. Like I said in the beginning, I have some cherry down there, and I've got some cherry mixed in with the fuel. Let's go in and we'll cut these open and take a look. So I wanted to keep these zero sauce. I just used that honey chipotle by Ash Kickin' Barbecue. That has a very distinctive flavor. A little bit of a bite is going to pair well with these ribs. The Lone Star is definitely looking good, man. That is a juicy rib right there. Same thing with the Masterbuilt rib. That is a pretty decent looking rib. I think the Lone Star with the pecan pellets has a better, it's more appetizing of a color, would you say? The darker color. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. So look, let's jump right in on that taste test. First up is going to be the Masterbuilt. So I got to tell you, man, I enjoy. Well, first of all, that honey chipotle is killer. I enjoy a rib without no sauce on it. You know, we sauce them up because, you know, we're doing a video, so we want to show some sauce. It looks good, but man, there's nothing like a rib, you know, just flat out, no sauce with a nice rub on it. That there is good stuff, man. Next up, we've got the Lone Star rib. Cheers. So look, you've got a, so we've got a little bit more of a bite on the Lone Star rib. I went back and forth with my my guy Scotty on Facebook. That is Scotty's Barbecue. And we were talking a little bit about it because he is a big fan of the pecan pellets, and he said basically that, you know, the Masterbuilt, the charcoal, the real wood, is going to get it. And I have to tell you, there is a lot more smoky flavor on the on this Lone Star one than the Masterbuilt. It is definitely a clean smoke too, man. A clean smoke, and definitely a sweeter smoke. I mean, you can smell it. You know, you can smell it in the rib, the smoke on the Lone Star. And again, it is like it's a wood smoke, but it's because it is a pecan. It is a sweeter smoke, if that makes any sense. If you've ever tried these pecans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And look, man, that is going to do it for this one. I am tickled pink on this for sure. As far as the profile of these ribs, they couldn't have been any more different, man. As far as flavor wise, I dig the both. But man, and I know my master builders are going to kill me, I am going to give the slight edge over to the Lone Star with the pecan pellets, because again, to me, it just holds a little bit more flavor than the Masterbuilt, and that's just the way it is for me, man. So look, that is going to close out this show. This was a fun cook, and trust me when I tell you this, I wouldn't kick any one of these ribs, man, off the board, man. They are both, you know, a solid 10 ribs. That Ash Kickin', I've got information on this stuff down below. I've got information on those pecan shells, those pecan pellets down in the description. We've got the Lone Star down there. We've got the Masterbuilt down there. All great stuff, and all down in the description under the show notes. That is going to close out this show. I appreciate you all for watching, man. My name is Tommy, and until next time, we will see you soon.